Mafia series were always known for a very different, very linear, story-driven and cinematic approach to the open-world game design, usually discarding the non-essential activities and focusing entirely on the best parts. Mafia III and its DLCs are a clear attempt to go away from this design, while seemingly keeping some of its best ideas. It doesn't go well. The game opens with a promise. The introduction chapter is a fantastic example of a Mafia story design. It's linear, but with freeform elements, it switches between the time periods with clever edits, introducing an idea of a modern-day documentary on the events of the game. And few parts past this feel as brilliant and smart, showing clear understanding of the development team on how to make a Mafia game. Basic gameplay mechanics, despite having oversimplified a lot of ideas of the previous titles, are actually solid as well. There are hints of Batman Arkham influence on how it treats stealth, shooting and driving feels a bit more refined than in previous games, and in general it's nice to see a game try to treat its gameplay ideas based on a story. The story is about slow, piece-by-piece dismantling of a criminal empire, and gameplay actually tries to show that. Yet the game tries many things, and it never feels like it knows what it wants to be. An issue made even worse with the DLCs, where you switch from ridiculous blaxploitation to dumb action flick about killing hundreds of enemies to most predictable horror about racist cults. It just does 60s stuff. All various themes, scenarios, characters, music that exemplifies late 60s, but doesn't necessarily stick together in a cohesive story, because it doesn't. Even if you avoid DLCs, which you should do, it never feels like a story, let alone a Mafia story. What kills the game isn't that or the bugs or crashes, but the fact that after the intro chapter and apart from very few other missions, it's about 30+ hours of the most predictable open-world game design busywork. Instead of discarding the non-essential, Mafia III is all about non-essential, repetitive, boring, tedious stuff. Find things to show more things, approach all missions that you have to do in almost exact same way every time with great success, do the same thing over and over and over and over again. Until the game thinks that you deserve a slightly less same story mission, which is ultimately still not worth it. It's the worst of the original Assassin's Creed game design, but made even longer, even more boring and pointless, and without a worthy payoff to it all. Something clearly went wrong with this game. It has an incredible promise, it shows that it could be, if not a Mafia game, then at least a fantastic story-driven open-world game, but it's a promise never fulfilled, and a serious waste of your time.